Okay, this is Jan, Sleeping Baby Productions. Thought I'd do a real quick video on hemming if you don't have a hemming foot or if your fabric is too heavy for the smaller hemming feet that they sell for most machines. A lot of machines will come with a hemming foot that looks like this. This is a 6mm hemming foot. Many of them come with a 2 and a 4. This one, it's a snap-on foot. It means it attaches to the machine with this little leg here. These are good if you have a very lightweight fabric, like a lightweight twill or silk or kind of a heavier light cotton. Not so good if you're doing wraps or like anything heavier than a medium weight linen. You can do a medium weight linen with this, but it makes a very, very narrow hem, which can be uncomfortable, especially if you sew it so that the hem is on the inside when you're wearing it. It kind of cuts into the baby's legs and into your skin. So I don't tend to use that much anymore, although it is handy if you just have to hem a lot of stuff. What I do if I don't have a hemmer attachment handy, and most people won't, is I'll just start by folding, like I'm folding under about 1/2 inch, maybe 1/3 of an inch, and then folding again. So this is a fully enclosed hem. I'm doing some finger pressing right there. I never iron when I'm hemming. I think it's tedious and I hate doing it, so I don't. So I've got my little finger pressed hem here. Some fabrics will hold a finger press. This is linen, so it definitely will. Wrap fabrics, it's kind of hit or miss whether they will or not. But either way, you know, you can fold even just a little bit and kind of hold that with your fingers as you get it under your presser foot. I've got a knee lift, so I don't tend to use the lever very often, but I will here because I know most people don't have the lever. So I'm just going to sew the part that I've got folded now. And I'm using a fairly long stitch because for hemming you don't need a close stitch. It actually, I think, looks better if you use a longer stitch. It doesn't take as long, and because it's not a weight-bearing seam, it's really not a big deal if you use a close stitch or not. All right, I'm going to move this a little bit. So I was just doing that sort of unconsciously. I don't even know if you saw it. With the needle in, it's going to hold on to that for you. So you're just going to fold under and under again. Striped fabrics are nice to work with because you can tell if you've got it lined up or not. I think the best beginner sling fabric is a nice plaid. Unfortunately, it's hard to find plaid that's good for slings, but then you've really got markings in either direction, so it's kind of cool. So I've folded that. I'm just going to stitch down to where I've been holding it with my other hand and do the same thing over and over again. Let's see if I can turn that a little bit more so you can see where I am. So I've got about maybe 12-15 inches here. I'm going to do my little fold here, fold under again, finger press, and then stitch. And this is, you know, time consuming compared to using a hemming foot. And obviously this isn't going to be for a finished product, so I'm not really concerned about whether the stripes match up. But, you know, it's a lot faster than ironing and pinning. It's hot right now. I don't know many people who like to iron when it's hot. I definitely don't. So this is just a lot easier way to hem something than, you know, trying to sit there with an iron and pins and all that nonsense. And, you know, it's not fast, but it's not super slow either. So I'm just going to grab a piece of wrap fabric just so you can kind of compare how that works compared to this. And you'll be able to see my stitches because I'm not going to change the thread, but that's okay. So this is a piece of BB Slim wrap, just like a scrap piece. I'm going to take this out so that I can unfold it all the way. Or at least somewhat. Alright, anyway, that doesn't matter so much. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold under a little bit and enclose it. And this ends up being about 1/2 inch. Doesn't, you know, you don't have to be super careful about that. You know, as long as it looks fairly consistent. And even if it doesn't, I don't think anyone's counting. So I don't know if you saw what I did there. Since the machine is holding it here, I can put a fair amount of pull on this. So I'm just going to pinch that under and then fold. And then a little finger press. And I'll let the feed dogs do the work for me in guiding it through the machine, as you always should. And then again, it's holding it there. I'm going to pinch, fold, hold it with this hand, smooth it with this one. Not perfect because I'm going quickly, but you know, you can be as perfectionistic about this as you want to. When you've got stripes along an edge like this, if you pull the underlayer a little bit more than you pull the part that you're folding over, the stripes tend to stay lined up pretty well. If you don't have that tension on the layer that you're stitching to, the stripes can get offset a little bit. And for those who are curious, this is a BB Slen Blue Curacao, I believe. Curacao? I'm not actually sure how you say that. I think it's Curacao. But anyway, you can see I wasn't doing a very good job on the lining up of those, but since it's a scrap, who cares? Anyway, I hope that was helpful, and you don't have to use the yarn. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.